Right, okay, then welcome to the Eagerman's Hut. Hope you've all been well. What a day I had today, man. I was walking back home from work and walking down the escalators at the station. And as I'm walking down the escalators, I see that the train is just on the platform there for me. So, not for me, but it's there, right? And then I hear a beeping sound, which normally means that the train is about to depart. So I rush down the escalators, and my aim is to get inside the train before those doors close, right? So I have about 10 seconds left, and I fucking run. And my focus is on the inside of the train, and I become completely unaware of my surroundings, right? So as I'm about to enter the train, there's a lady that comes in between, and I end up slightly pushing her inside of the train, as I had run through the doors. And just as I get in, the doors shut. And then the lady looks back, and I'm like, I'm really sorry about that. I'm just in a rush and I have to get home, you know. I felt bad. Obviously, it wasn't very gentlemanlike, but the fucking doors are about to close. You can hear the beeping sound. Rush. Just don't just stand near the sort of the door, hesitating whether to go in or not. Just go in. But anyway, yeah, I apologized, and then I just went down the train. Anyway, guys, in today's episode, what I really want to talk about is whether you should be grinding or enjoying in your 20s. Okay, and the reason why I'm recording this video is because I'm a 21-year-old man, and I have ambitions, right? I have a vision in my head for when I'm 30 and when I'm 40, but then at the same time, I want to enjoy too. I want to have a bit of fun in my life. I don't just want to go down that route of, young men hustle entrepreneurship sort of thing, that culture out there on the internet, because it just leads to burnout. And I believe that it's important to relax, but part of the reason why I'm recording this video is it's a difficult topic to discuss, isn't it? Because for some people, life is short, right? Especially if you're living in a country where life is generally comfortable, right? You're living in a developed country. Time does tend to go fast, and so you want to be able to strike a balance between sort of hustling and grinding during your 20s, and also finding time to have fun and enjoy. Like, one of my biggest fears is to get to the age of 40 and be in a shit job, live in a shit house, not be with a good woman, have other financial related problems, hate going to work every day. Like, I don't want to be in that situation. And I know for a fact today that there's so many men out there who are in this situation because all they cared about in their 20s was to just have fun. All they cared about was to just go out there pretty much every day of the week, party and club, and fuck around really and waste their time, and not, value their time during those years of their life. And so then they have to pay the price later down the line. It's like the saying, isn't it? If you don't, what is the saying? If you don't pay the price for your dreams now, your dreams will end up making you pay the price later down the line. Like, don't get me wrong, there are days when I go out. So my friend, a very good friend of mine, my brother from another mother, really, he is, works in a bar. And so once or twice a week I would go and see him right after my shift at 7 p.m. and I would just go sit in his bar. He would make me a drink. I would have a drink. I would just watch a video or whatever on YouTube, or chit chat with the guys that work in his hotel. And my entire day pretty much would sort of get spent there, and so by the time I get home, it's just time to basically go to bed, right? And then wake up and go to work the next day. And I wouldn't have done any productive work on that day. But I won't say that I regret it. I wouldn't say that, oh, I wish I just came straight home from work and just did some work and went to the gym or did whatever. Like, no, because I believe that it's important to have time to relax, right? And because it's like, well, you're going to regret it later down the line if you don't make the most out of your 20s, in a way, right? Time is one of those things that goes really quickly. It flies. And so you have to be able to find a balance between enjoying them, right? Enjoying your 20s, but then also not wasting your time so that you regret it once you're older, Like, I am certainly... If I had to pick between one, I will pick the grinding through your 20 side of the coin, right? Because, as I said, I just don't want to get to my 40s and have all these problems, right? I believe that if you start sort of grinding, I just spat on my mic. If you start working and grinding in your 20s, it builds a degree of discipline, right? And and that discipline is it then sort of leads to a domino effect where you end up building resilience, you end up building a tougher mindset, and it just contributes towards you becoming a better man overall, a more masculine man. And so by the time you're 30 or 40, you're basically ahead of others, in at least from a mental point of view, right? You're ahead of everybody in this game, right? Working in your 20s, grinding in your 20s can then set you up for later down the line. Like, I have a goal of building my own business, right? And part of the way I'm doing it is also through this YouTube channel, right? To build a base of audience across social media. And it's like it's much easier for me to do that now at 20 than it would be to do this exact same thing at 40, right? Because I have energy. I have plenty of energy, right? I would go to work at 7 a.m. in the morning, finish at 7 p.m., get home by 8 p.m., and come to my hut and record a video at 9, right? I have the energy to do that. Would I be able to do this at the age of 40 or 35 or even 30? 30 is pretty, I consider 30 young, right? If you're a 30-year-old man, don't even fucking complain about your energy and feeling tired. You shouldn't be feeling tired at 30. But would I be able to do that at 40? Most likely not, right? As a young man, I have energy and I can capitalize on this energy, right? I have unmatched level of zeal and enthusiasm and energy that I can use to my advantage in sort of building this business and grinding and overall setting myself up for success later down the line. But at 40, that becomes difficult. And another thing is when you're in your 20s, your mind is basically like a sponge. It can take information. Your mind is still sharp, and you can sort of learn new things, and you can build new habits and build new skills. Whereas when you're 40 or 50, it's a little difficult. It's a little difficult to go out there and take on a new challenge or develop a totally new. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just a little difficult. So obviously, it sounds like I am leaning more towards the grinding through your 20s side of the coin here, which I am, as I said earlier. But that's not to say that I don't believe in taking time for yourself to relax and to just catch your breath. And even Bill Gates, like, he would disappear for a week or two and go somewhere on a beach and just read books, and then come back to focus on his business, and he would come back with sort of sharper ideas to implement. And so that's like one way how you can find a balance between grinding through your 20s and also enjoying your 20s. As much as I would love to sit in front of this camera and record a video every single day of the week, I know that it would degrade the quality of it. I just know that, right? And so you record twice or thrice a week, then you go away, take a few days to relax, go to the gym, hit a workout, freshen up a little, feel fresh, gives you time to come up with new ideas as well, which you can then record a video on. So I would say that's my take on this. If you're a young man who has a high level of ambition, you need to make the most out of this ambition that you have, right, before it fades away. And you need to realize that you have energy and you have time on your plate, which you can use to your advantage. If you spend it in just sort of having fun and sort of just enjoying your life and wasting your time pretty much, then you're never going to get that back. So time is the most important component here of this question, whether you should enjoy your 20s or grind in them. I think striking a balance is, I think, probably the most important decision you can make. You don't want to lean too much on just grinding to the point where you burn out and your health degrades and you feel horrible and you've got black eyes and you just you're on like an hour of sleep every day, because that's just not realistic. And all that's going to happen is you're going to become more stressed and it's going to decrease your productivity. So grind, but do it in a smart way. Take frequent breaks for yourself, which is sort of the route that I'm trying to go down. So this is pretty much my take on whether you as a young man should grind in your 20s or enjoy. And if you have a different opinion, share it. And I'll see you in the next one.